Welcome to the Breecentine Empire. Today we'll get an exclusive inside look on how this team functions, if they're even functional to begin with. We'll be meeting with Coach Garibian and see what his plans are for the future of this team.
What's up? This is Coach Garibian giving you an inside look in the Breecentine Empire. Today we'll be watching some of the players performing, and let's see what decisions we're going to be making and thinking today.
Hello, Coach Garibian. Thank you for being on the Hard Knock Show today.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase my team to the public. We've been trying to make a lot of changes here. Some people don't see that, but it doesn't matter what people think. It matters what type of environment we're building here at Breecentine Empire and how we're selecting our players and also vetting them to see if they even belong in this team.
What do you have to say when majority of the league ranks you as the worst team overall?
You know, other teams in the league say that we're the worst. I don't agree with that, especially if you factor in all the draft picks we have coming up this year. We have 4 first-round picks in our own second and thirds, and we have essentially all our other picks moving on after this. We essentially sold our picks earlier in the year to secure Patrick Mahomes, which he has his upsides. And then he also has his downsides. And he still thinks he's the best. It also doesn't help that the commentators in the league are glazing him, so he already thinks that he's the number 1 player in the league.
He's still on his feet! Oh my goodness! It's caught! Unbelievable! The game continues!
Even though he's won rings in the NFL, I think it's getting to his head a little bit, and I've seen that in training camp, and it's not the best. But I don't think he's a mid QB. I think he's slightly above average QB, but the most important part is that he is consistent.
Ref, I know where I fucked up. This is for this play. If you get a flag on them, and then you okay with $60 for getting a first down in the second half?
Yeah, it should be enough.
If we're like 3rd and 10 or something, just give us a first down.
You got it.
All right, sweet. Thank you, ref.
You know, he's not going to put top 5 QB numbers on, but I know he's going to get around top 15, top 10. So I like consistency. That's something I could predict, and I could work around that. Tua, on the other hand, he was my high-risk, high-reward player. So prior to being in the Breecentine Empire, he said that he was studying judo to learn how to fall on his head. And I saw that as a step forward for him on improving and reducing his injury risks in the future. That was not the case. I can't even talk about this. I thought he was going to retire, honestly. After spearing himself into the other player's chest, and the other player had his heart stopped a few years ago because someone hit him too hard. What the hell? I thought he was going to retire and go spend time with his family, and this would give me a excuse on as to why this team is suffering. But there's no excuses. He came back, and you know, I tried working with him. It's really difficult, especially with his special personality now. His personality has changed, and it's really hard talking about him. It's really hard. To see one of your players go through something so emotional like that, I can't. You know, he puts his heart and soul into this, and even after practice, he stays around camp, and after everyone's in the cafeteria eating, he's still out there practicing. Not really with any oversight, but he's out there. You know, during the huddles, he has a way of inspiring his teammates, unconventionally. Somehow it kind of works.
All right, everyone know how to play football, right? You get the ball and you go in, and I pass to you, and then Charlie, bring the Gatorade. Ooh.
He's definitely different than Mahomes. Mahomes has a way of talking to his players and going out there, and you know every single person on that field has 100% confidence on scoring. I don't know how he does it, but he just gets it done.
All right, guys, we got 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. It's second and goal. We're 6 yards away. We're gonna run it twice on second and third, and then if we don't get in, I'm gonna pass on the fourth down, and the ref told me that he'll get a PI for us. So just run the ball, no fumbles, no turnovers, no nothing. All right, game.
Tua's like that retarded cousin you have during the huddles that you kind of feel bad for, and so you want to try just to make him look good, you know. The brain damage has caused some issues.
Wait, that's it. Ooh, butterflies.
But it's nothing that the team and himself can't get over.
The back, Tua through the air, 16-24. The fake, Jackson to block at the right tackle, and he's got his receiver near midfield, 45-yard line, Jonnu Smith. On the ground, 2nd and 6 for Tagovailoa, going deep. Oh, he's got Hill! The catch at the 10! Worked on Eli.
Why did you trade away a star player like T. Higgins for a draft pick?
$1 million question as to why I offloaded T. Higgins. The reason I decided to offload T. Higgins was I did not like his way of going about things. He would leave it to the last minute to tell us if he's playing the game or not. You know, okay, that happens once. Understandable. You know, you're sick, you want to take your time, cool. Second time, alright. Third time, what is going on? On top of that, he was getting injury, and he just sounds like a diva. And it's not someone that I could rely on. And he's a wide receiver 2 on a great offense, but wide receiver 2 nonetheless. And the team didn't really have that strong of a backfield. So I think that was going to end up getting upgraded and playing a bigger part. So I ended up trading him for Keenan Allen, who I just fucking dropped because I don't care about old players, and a first round pick. So with that first round pick, I'm hoping to get a little bit more than T. Higgins. If I could get the same player without the bullshitness, I'll be happy. I'll be more than happy. Like, if I ended up with Devontae Smith type of player, I'm happy. Or other wide receivers like Rashid Shaheed. You know, he is a really good player. Unfortunately, he's in a bad situation, but with his current QB, he's the type of person to not really check it down, and essentially he's just gonna throw a bomb down there, and Shaheed's gonna readjust himself on his routes and try and make the play.
Different game. Jamal Williams in the game at bat. Carr pressure, lets it fly. Going deep, Shaheed. He's got it! Touchdown, New Orleans! A bomb to Shaheed!
Great field position here and just gonna go cut into this deficit.
So Camarda boots it. 47-yard punt. Shaheed's got room. And there goes Rashid Shaheed. The spark that the Saints needed. It's a touchdown on the punt return.
That's the type of player he is. So I'm very excited about him this season, even though his situation has gotten significantly worse around him. But I'm looking forward to it. Now, on to the nitty-gritty ones. Jordan Addison. Man, I think we just need to take his car away.
Full responsibility and full ownership of my actions last week. You know, it's never a good thing when KOC or Kwesi got to answer questions or address questions about me off the field. So I just want to apologize to everyone for that.
Questions for Jordan?
Jordan, what happened that night?
I appreciate your question, but I can't really get into too much details about what happened. It's still legal matters going on, but I appreciate your question.
Like, he's getting to the point that I'm getting pissed off, and in my eyes, slowly, he's turning into another T. Higgins situation right now. And my third problem in the wide receiver core is Kadarius Toney.
The entire fate of the NFL rests on this man's shoulders.
Which we offloaded.
Kadarius, I know you haven't been playing the best recently or ever, but you show a lot of heart in this game, and I like that, and I see that, okay? So, me and the other coaches, we've decided to put you on the starting roster, effective immediately. All right?
Yes, sir.
So go out there and show me what you could do.
That guy was a letdown, nonetheless. He let me down, he let his entire team down, and he let the fans down, most importantly. And other people were also excited about him, aside from me.
What do you believe that your team needs to work on now?
What we do need to work on is our tight ends. So tight end premiums are here, and the flex spot is going to end up being transitioned into a strictly tight end spot again shortly. So Njoku's a great player.
Underneath, Njoku. Nice move. And the big body tight end is rumbling out to the 45.
Great player. But I'm looking for a top 4 prospect, and hopefully this year someone in the draft makes a name for themselves and will get picked up by the Breecentine Empire Team and make some waves in the league.
And where does your opinion on the defensive team stand?
With defenses, it's a little rough about the Michael Parsons trade, but Deepak and I have been praying every day for Jerry Jones to have a heart attack. I'm actually going to go to church shortly after this to go light up some candles for him and pray to God, and hopefully he has a stroke.
How do you feel about Jalen Waddle's value now that you've voiced your concerns about Tua's health?
Now, Jalen Waddle, he's a great player.
They fake the jet sweep. Tua all day to throw. Near side, boy, low pass. Waddle, did he make the catch? Officials say completion. It really the only place where Waddle could come back to get it. Look at that effort.
Prior to the pass.
I'm just hoping that Tua's brain essentially gets better. That's being hopeful, but we're doing whatever we can to make that happen here. You have the best doctors, the best. Some people say that they've never seen doctors like this ever. And it's important that they get along, because that is a stack essentially that we have going on. There has been a lot of frustrations in the camp, and it's hard to see, especially when you know what's going on in the backgrounds. It's hard to just watch.
What are you doing, Tua? What are you doing?
Who else are you excited to see perform this upcoming season?
We're also excited about Torrey Horton. He's a well-built guy, and I think he has the potential to be the next Jake Bobo, or what I thought Bobo was going to be. I see it in Torrey Horton, so only time will tell. Now on to our running backs. Kenneth Walker is a great player. I think when he's healthy, he is putting up easily top 7 running back numbers. Easily.
When he's able to find that edge and get to the sideline is when he breaks off those big runs.
Walker's starting to lead on this defense. Walker breaking free. Touchdown.
Toss to Walker. Nice cutback. One man to beat. Kenneth Walker to the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. What a run that was.
The issue with him is that he'll miss games. He'll miss anywhere from 2 to 4 games a season. It's kind of rough, but at least he's not the type of player that has issues with missing entire seasons. Whoa. My bad. So he'll miss some games here and there, but it's not a complete letdown. I have been trying to get some value with him, and same with Breece Hall.
We're off pace a little bit there.
And normally Rodgers in complete command in those situations. Rodgers looking, end zone, touchdown, Breece Hall pulls it in, and the Jets take the lead.
2nd and 6 for Rodgers. Steelers get the pressure. Rodgers knows where to go with it. Breece Hall on the run. Hall into the secondary. Past the tackler at the 20. Breece Hall inside the 10. Drags Fitzpatrick inside the 5.
Breece Hall's situation is not the best. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Jets.
Really do a nice job. That's one of the strengths for both these defenses. 3rd down and long, and trying to drop it off. That pass is incomplete.
They can't seem to get anything right aside from their defense. But
you know, we got a lot of young players, a lot of studs here at Breecentine Empire. And with the name, you know, I got a lot of my eggs in Breece. You know, he's on the Jets, but I think when he gets in the right situation, he's going to pop off. If he was in Baltimore, ooh, he'll be producing like Derrick Henry.
I'm just not getting the values from it. Trying to trade them away. I'll get to that shortly. Tank Bigsby is making a name for himself as well too. He is slowly creeping up, and I think this time next year he's gonna be a top 10 running back. I think he's one of our better future players right now.
You're now expected to pick up the slack for everybody else.
Lawrence play action, nicely done. It's Bigsby, first down and more. Bigsby breaking free. He's got plenty of green grass. Instead, they're going to keep it on the ground here. This is Bigsby. Bigsby taking on tacklers. Bigsby still going, and he bangs it in. Touchdown.
This is big time run. This is a big time run. First he takes care of Cross, then he takes care of Womack.
After starting 0-4, the 92 Chargers. Jacksonville hoping to take that first step. Bigsby on a pitch. Bigsby first down and more. Bigsby breaking free. Tank Bigsby trying to turn out the lights on the Colts.
And he needs to just work on his fundamentals a little bit. But I'm very excited for him, especially going into the 2026-2027 year.
Why are you not starting majority of your good players this upcoming season?
Because this year we're tanking, and the reason we're tanking is we don't have any players compared to the other teams in the league. Now, people are always telling me as to why am I not trading my players? Very good question. I am not actively going out and trading at this moment or this off season, because the few that I have and within the league chats, I have come to the conclusion that 2026 is very undervalued because people, quote unquote, saying there is no talent whatsoever this year, which is totally fine because that's your opinions. However, this is also, for some reason, and I think Arch Manning is having a sway in this as well too, that for some reason 2027 and 2028 picks values are increasing when trying to trade at this moment. Now, why I got so many picks in 2026 was because I was pushing it out to the future, because it was cheaper to get a 2026 pick than a 2025 pick. So right now, for some reason, 2027 picks are more expensive than 2026, which is fine because during the season, and I think about week 8, week 9, we'll start getting headlines from college teams, and there's going to be some names popping out with highlights. You know, people say this every year, and I'm not surprised. It's just right now the market is not the best time. The market value is not the best time to trade players, especially with the return that I'm hoping to get. The returns are probably at their bottom. Yeah. My plan is to start making trades actively halfway into the season, because at this point there should be some highlights, some names in college games for 2026 picks, and I'm hoping that this will readjust the 2027 and 2028 values accordingly. Because this happens every year, you know, there's no generational talent, and no one cares. So the other picks start increasing in value. Now, Joe Burrow's junior year, no one even knew he fucking existed. You could even ask diehard Bengals fans, and they will even say that they didn't know who Joe Burrow was until his senior year. So senior year is a very important time, and that's where you're at your peak in college, I'm hoping. And it's just a waiting game. So I'm not going to trade for picks at this moment just because that the market value is lower than it'll be in 2 months. So that's where we're at, and you know, we're looking forward to future changes. Some people say that we're the worst, but if you factor in draft picks, I think Madov's team is the worst because he doesn't necessarily have great players, but he also doesn't have any draft picks whatsoever. So, you know, we have all our picks. He doesn't even have his 2027 pick, first round. He sold that off. So I think we're in a better situation, and that's everyone's opinion. That's fine by me. We just need to hit some generational talent in this 2026 draft class, and I'm hoping to get another pick in 2027 and another pick in 2028 by offloading one or two players that, you know, it's better if I were to offload a player during his prime to someone that's going for the win than just holding it on my roster since I'm going to be tanking. So that's the plan, you know. Yeah, I think that's it.
Trades weren't going well this offseason because values were skewed for draft picks, but I think I want to at least keep 2-3 of my 2026 first round picks, but it's not worth trading it right now. I'm just gonna wait for the college in season games to start, and I could get some 2027s and 2028s for good prices. Yeah, and you know, like the Saints, I want to kick the can down the road the opposite way, so be complete dog shit and not have anything, and just keep having more and more draft picks to the point where 2029 I got all 10 picks and I'm bound to hit on someone, right? Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. And a lot of people try and trade me old heads. Oh fuck. Use that for my cravings. You know, it's real stressful being a manager for this team, and not only do I gotta worry about the kids or my team, I gotta be impartial for the entire league. Like, anytime I sneeze the wrong direction, I got pitchforks and torches on my front doorstep. I don't know if it's even worth it, but it's like Batman says, blackberry sweeter juice. You gotta do what you gotta do. Uncle Ben didn't die for nothing.